Hi guys, welcome to the Legacy Universe channel. My name is Ash, this is my husband John, and today we're gonna do a very different video. We were watching a musical the other day and we were talking about the musicals that we've seen, and I thought it would be fun to ask John or quiz John on the movies based on musicals that we have both seen. So have this in mind.
I will die.
I'm a huge musical theater fan. I studied theater in college, and then John is more to like the film side of things and baseball and gaming. So basically, this is going to be a very simple video. I have a list of 8 movies, and I'm going to give John the title of the movie. He's going to attempt to tell me what the plot is about. I'll tell him if he's correct or if he's not correct, and then he's going to give each movie a rating. And then at the end of the video, we are going to showcase what John thinks is the movies from best to worst or from worst to best.
By the way, this wasn't very planned, so this is going to be genuine answers. And I'm really bad with names in general.
Okay.
All right.
So let's start. Don't look. So the first movie is Hairspray.
Hairspray. Okay.
What is Hairspray about?
Oh man, this is so. I believe this is easy. The movie is about this girl that lives in Baltimore, and she's striving to become a star in a very popular TV show, the Corny Collins Show. I think that's the name. Corny Collins Show.
Okay.
Do you know what? Do you know? Okay. You know why I remember?
You're doing great.
No. Do you know why
I'm impressed.
I remember Hairspray like that because it's such a fun movie, and my favorite part of it is James Marsden makes a move when the first time that the movie comes up. I mean, the TV show is about to air for us. He makes a move that I just kept on doing it, and it went like something like and then he would lift up his leg, and then it was so much fun. The gist of the movie is the hair of women.
Okay. I'll give you a point.
Hey!
So there's also a lot of social issues in Hairspray because we're dealing with the black people not being in the TV shows at that time. The only way that black people were seen on TV was through Negro Day. So you have those social issues as well, which Tracy Turnblad, who is our main character, she breaks through because she actually wants to start adding black people into these shows, which outrages Michelle Pfeiffer's character, which I forgot her name. At the end of the movie, Tracy Turnblad, she makes a revolution because she is a girl that does not look like all of the other girls on TV. She is not a skinny mini. I put this first because I know it's one of our favorite movies. I think it has a great ensemble cast. Everybody does their job well. And anytime if somebody asks me like, oh, which movie would you recommend me, seeing that's based on a musical, I always say Hairspray. I think it's very well done. It's very well acted. The songs transition well into the film. So if you guys haven't checked it out, I would definitely recommend you guys watching it. So what would you rate this movie?
Biased opinion. A 10!
A 10? Okay.
I freaking love these songs. I love the movie in its entirety, and from the beginning to end. There's not even a moment where I just get bored in this movie at all.
Our next film is Chicago.
Oh.
What do you remember about the movie Chicago?
Again, I may be wrong, but it also has to do with the principal character, like the star of the movie, wanting to be famous, but in performing in performance in front of like a men's type of show, with short
cabaret.
Thank you. And of course, there's this person that doesn't like that because she feels like it's a rival to her popularity. And this one is Catherine Zeta-Jones, but the protagonist is Renee Zellweger.
Yes.
Yes.
Very good.
So, and I'm bad with names, but I remember that in the end of the movie, should I say? Yeah.
Am I good? Yeah, I mean it's been up for a while.
At the end of the movie, they end up working together. they own their own show. Not their place, but their own performance together. Like, oh, the two girls, they're a double act.
Do you remember how they met though? How they meet in the movie?
It's been a while. I know they're in prison at one point together. Is that how they meet? Oh, in prison! Hey!
Roxy, which is Renee Zellweger's character, she kills
her husband or
a man that she slept with that he promised her, I believe.
Fame and fortune.
Yeah. She ends up being in the same jail or prison, as Velma, who is played by Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Oh, yes. Okay.
So that's how they meet, and then she started getting jealous because Roxy was getting more press in prison. Yeah, at the end they end up being a double act, so.
Yeah.
Kudos. We haven't seen that movie in a long time. So.
Yeah, and I kind of remember. I actually remember.
Good. What would you rate this film?
Well, based off of what I remember, I would honestly give it a 8. I'm reaching for a 9, but 8 would be the most honest one I could give. Just because, I'm not so used to seeing cabaret. It was kind of new to me, so I didn't know what to expect. I did enjoy it, but again, some performances were like, oh cool, not like Hairspray, where it had me like, oh, all the time.
Our third movie is Moulin Rouge.
Ooh, I hope you don't mind. Oh, I love this movie. Okay, it is about I don't remember if he's a photographer or a writer or a storyteller. I think he's a writer. Mm-hmm. Ewan McGregor. He's a writer, and I might be wrong, damn it. But he goes to a place where it is it's not a circus. It's like a spectacle place where they give shows every night. It's kind of like Chicago, but like 10 times more the spectacle. And he falls in love with the main act, the woman, which in this case the actress is Nicole Kidman. Later on, he finds out that she is sick. She finds out that she is sick first, and she's trying to avoid Ewan McGregor because she doesn't want him to see her die or be with somebody that will die soon. Mm-hmm. Is that the thing?
I mean, there's another thing that's happening too.
Something else. And somebody is trying to make a deal to get her to marry that person instead of Ewan McGregor?
Well, the Duke. You
The
remember
Duke.
The
The Duke.
He wants to marry Satine.
The Duke, yes.
He falls in love with Satine, but Satine's not in love with the Duke. She's in love with Christian. I know that we're talking about movies based on musicals. This movie started out as an original musical for film, and it is currently on Broadway. That's why it's on this list. Pretty solid. You remember? He's impressing me.
Yeah!
He's impressing me. How would you rate this movie out of 10 for you?
9.
9?
Easy. Honestly. Again, had better performance than Chicago. Not that they were bad, Chicago. They were great. But this was more enjoyable, as I said. There were a lot of characters that popped out of the screen. And every time that Ewan McGregor actually sang, and it was...
It was impressive. I remember the first time that I saw him, and
that's why I love that song. Like, I hope you don't mind.
And it's funny because I saw this film before I had seen Star Wars. So I saw this film. I knew Ewan McGregor from this movie.
I did not know that.
When I met my husband, he introduced me to Star Wars, and he plays Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yes.
in the prequel. So in 1, 2, and 3. The next movie is Mamma Mia!
Wow!
And we've seen Mamma Mia 1, which is Mamma Mia plane, and then we've seen Mamma Mia 2, which is titled Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again. What do you remember about Mamma Mia per se, the first one?
Okay.
The first one.
Okay. So the first one, I remember that it was about this woman that owns a hotel in Greece. But the hotel is not a very glamorous hotel. Man, I can't believe I forgot her name. She's the most famous woman actress in the world, and I know. Meryl Streep. Oh my God.
Thank God.
Thank God you didn't tell me. Oh! Woo!
It's Meryl Streep,
Yeah,
John.
I tell you, I'm bad with names. When I'm trying, when my computer here is trying to process names, it takes time to remember, and it probably won't remember, but it registers the face. The point is that her daughter, which I don't remember the actress' name, is getting married, and the daughter, before she gets married, she wants to know who her real father is, because she wants the real father to walk her down the aisle. So she contacts 3 potential people that are the father.
3 daddies.
3 daddies. One is Brandon.
No,
not Brandon.
You said it
no,
again.
No, I said Brandon. No.
We were talking about it the other day. He said Brendan Fraser was in this movie.
It's not Brendan Fraser.
I'm like, no. He's not
Oh
in the
my
film.
God, it's James Bond. I don't know the other guy's name. Just mention those first. Mention those guys first. Well, I'll remember.
So one is Bill
Skarsgård.
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 Something.
And then I think the other one is
That's
Colin.
the father of the It guy that does.
Yes,
It.
The It.
The It guy that does It.
I think the other one is Colin Firth, but don't.
Colin Firth.
Yes, don't quote me on that. Colin Firth. Yeah, I was
Colin
right.
Firth. Yeah, but I forgot his name. No, it's not Brandon.
Oh, God.
It's Pierce Bronson.
Thank
Pierce
God.
Bronson.
Jesus. I was about to be like, I'm gonna pierce my.
Pierce
and
Bronson.
You're like,
Yeah. Yes. So they come to her wedding, and then they still don't know who the father is. And when Meryl Streep finds out, she goes bonkers, and she's trying to run away from all 3, until she, eventually meets the 3, and it's like, oh my Jesus.
Very good.
Let me get out of here.
Very good. What do you remember about the second one?
About the second one, she dies. Rip
Spoiler!
Meryl Streep. There's 2 plots actually happening, right?
That's true.
One is that the daughter goes to. The daughter is struggling to maintain the hotel that the mother made, which is the one that I spoke of from the first movie. And also, the second thing that's going on while that is happening is her girlfriends are remembering Donna. That's her name. From when they were young.
Yeah.
So you see Meryl Streep when she was 18, 20, 21, which is played by a girl that played Cinderella. I don't know her name.
Her name is Lily Jane.
Lily Jane.
I essentially asked you about Mamma Mia 2 because I don't feel that there's a big plot change from the first one to the second one.
Nope.
Technically, the second one, the only thing that's added is what John said. Sophie wants to make the hotel like a huge resort in Greece. Donna has passed away. And then we just see the backstory of Donna, but it has the same songs as the first one. Maybe added 2 or 3 songs, and then Cher's performance. But then Cher, she doesn't come up until the end of the film. How would you rate this film?
I would give it a. Oh wait, the first, second, or together?
I would say together. You can rate it. You can rate it together.
Together, I would give it a. Between a 6 and 7, I'll probably give it a 7.
7.
The reason why I'm going to give it a 7 is because I do enjoy the performances in the movie, but they're not spectacular. They're not out of this world. Honestly, it's more of a regular human dose of adrenaline.
The next film is Sweeney Todd. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Attend the tale of Sweeney Todd. If you're an Office fan, you'll get that reference.
Oh yeah.
What do you remember about this film?
First off, I love it. Reason why is because I'm a stickler for dark films because it's a mystery. It's something hidden in I don't know, the human mind. It's about this barber that's just an assassin. I mean, not assassin, a murderer. And he murders people and he bakes them and then feeds them. No? Doesn't he bake?
Does he bake them?
Or the girl, the woman. Okay. And the woman that he does not fall in love with her, but she loves him enough to take his kill and bake them into pies. Can I rate it right now and then you keep explaining?
No,
I'm so excited.
because you forgot stuff from the plot.
Oh, did I? Oh!
You forgot a lot.
His wife is missing, but he doesn't know how. I think he thinks that she cheated on him. She ran away because she ended up being pregnant.
No. He was a barber, and he had his wife, and they had a daughter. But then the Judge Turpin, well, he gets him arrested, and then he goes, he's in prison in Peru for a while, and then he comes back to London years and years later, and he's searching for his wife and his daughter. And little does he know that Judge Turpin has his daughter.
Yeah!
And his goal is to get Judge Turpin to be one of his customers so he can murder him himself. And then on a side note, we have the character of Mrs. Lovett, who basically gives him the space for him to have his barbershop above her pie emporium thing after she takes all the customers and makes them into famous meat pies.
Bye.
Yep. What would you rate this film?
This film is in my heart. In my
heart.
soul. It's another 10! Yes, I enjoyed Johnny Depp. I enjoy his roles in any fantasy film that he does. The story was very good. The fact that how the plot progresses, the fact that he recruits based off that, but it's not like he chooses to do it and recruit her. It's just that she goes into him and she's gravitating towards him.
The next movie is Les Miserables.
Oh my gosh.
You gotta think about this one.
All right.
There's a lot going on this one.
I do remember I love this movie. Hugh Jackman is a prisoner. He's a prisoner in France where he is pushing himself towards becoming something different than what he is, because he feels like he's belittled, pushed around too much, and there's this particular security guard officer played by Russell Crowe. Oof, I remember his name. Russell Crowe, the Gladiator.
And Wolverine.
And Gladiator and Wolverine. Yes, that's funny. Yeah. As soon as he leaves, I think he leaves on parole. He, branches off to try and build his life, but somehow the officer feels that he doesn't deserve to be free.
Well, I mean, he technically breaks his parole.
He breaks his parole?
Yeah, because he escapes.
And
then he starts to become different people. He becomes like a mayor. I don't remember the name, but he becomes like a famous known mayor in a little town.
And also has a daughter. Doesn't he have a daughter? Or somebody that he loves? Like a child that he finds in the street? No! I remember! There's another story, which is Anne Hathaway's story. She is a worker in a factory. She gets laid off. She gets fired because in the factory there was a rumor going around that she was giving away money or sending money to a different location. And then later on, I forgot how they found out that she had a daughter.
It's a factory that it's very trying times for these women who work there, and they just found out that she is taking part of her money and sending it to her daughter who is sick. That causes a rage between the workers, and they go to the owner of the place and they're just like, hey, she has a daughter, that's not fair to us.
Essentially, she dies. She dies of sickness because obviously just roaming around and having no sanctuary to take care of herself the way she used to. I forgot how, but Hugh Jackman ends up with the daughter. There's another story with one other character where there's a revolution going on in France. Afterwards, that guy ends up marrying the daughter. And while that is happening, the officer is still searching for Hugh Jackman. Something also that I want to add, this will affect the rating. It's an all-saint movie.
Oh yeah, there's
There is
barely
not
conversations.
There is no conversation
Same as
that
the show.
is unsung. I rate it a 9 out of 10 for that reason, because I also like a break from music, from everything that has to do with that. I enjoyed it. I love the movie, but there were at some point where, can we just have a simple conversation?
The next movie is Dreamgirls. Dreamgirls. So you're gonna have to excuse me. I haven't seen this film in a long time, so I
think I got it.
I kind of know the plot, but John loves Dreamgirls.
I think I got it. Yeah.
And he knows it. He knows it better than I do. So
from what I can remember, it's about these 3 girls that are striving to become stars in the music industry, in the music business. They're trying to sing. They're at three-way performing sisters, and everything's going on. The one has the bigger voice than the other one. The other one's more like the backup singer, but they still sing together. The main actress's character, which I forgot her name. Again, I keep forgetting their names. Jennifer Hudson. Clearly, she has the bigger, the better voice, and she's the front lead to a certain point. However, the character of Beyonce ends up being the lead because of her looks. They meet a producer, right? And from their performances, because they're so great, eventually the media and even the producers and some investors start seeing that we want her in the front because she is beautiful. In the end, there is a big reunion of the sisters after, I forgot how many years. I think it was probably 5 to 10 years without all the originals being together. But all 4, including the new one, actually became very popular in the group. And all 4 sing together in one last hurrah. To be quite honest, this movie is a 10 out of 10 for me.
10 out of 10?
Yes, because this story is very pure, very real, very intimate. The music, the songs, the lyrics have soul. That's the right word for it, because I felt it, I cried, I enjoyed, and I felt angry at a lot of situations in the film where I was like, what the hell is going on? Oh, you mother fricker! What are you doing? The performances were exactly where they were supposed to be in the situations that they were in. And there were conversations, and there were numbers, and everything was put into place. That was a musical that me and my mom and my sisters loved so much.
He's seen it more than me. I think I've seen it once or twice, and it was like years ago. Our last movie is Phantom. 10
out of 10! 10 out of 10! 10 out of 10!
So we have seen the Broadway show here in New York City. We have seen the film starring Emmy Rossum and Gerard Butler. And we have seen the 25th anniversary concert at the Royal Albert Hall. In London. This is the only musical that I can say that John truly loves. Like, he loves the music, he loves the story, he loves the Phantom per se. I think that's your favorite character.
Of course, the Phantom. The Phantom is a dude that lives in a theater, but because he is in this era of 1500s. Mystery, danger is very much feared in those times. So this guy sings. He sings amazingly. He's a great teacher. He's a great performer, and he writes books. Books, for those who don't know, is like the script for musicals in Broadway. It's called a book instead of a script. Script is for movies and TV shows. Yeah.
So he writes operas.
He writes operas. Yes, he writes operas. And they have to perform it the way he wants. He falls in love with this character named Christine. That she is a potential angel for him to inherit and teach her even more of the way of the songbird, which is just how how he sings. Another character comes in, which is the hero per se of the story. I forgot his name. Christoph? Raoul.
Christoph is from Frozen.
Christine starts to have feelings again for Raoul. Again, saying that they were kind of, oh, I like you when they were kids. And the Phantom sees this, he doesn't like it because she's turning away from him. So Raoul sees also that everybody's doing the Phantom's bidding and he starts revolting against them.
Essentially, at the end, the Phantom realizes that maybe the way that he was approaching Christine or what he wanted for them and for her was in the wrong way, so he decides to let her go with Raoul so she can have a happy life with him, and then he disappears.
Yep. Rating 10 out of friggin' 10.
Yeah.
I love anything that shows the point of view of the villain.
I'm gonna get into now from the worst or the best to the worst, depending on your scores. So Phantom, Hairspray, Dreamgirls, Sweeney Todd. Then we have Moulin Rouge, Les Mis, Chicago, and Mamma Mia. And Mamma Mia, here we go again.
I think I'm really taking back Mamma Mia 7.
Really?
I think it's a 6.
A 6? Ouch.
Oh, man.
So we hope that you guys enjoyed this video of us discussing musicals and John ranking his favorite movies based on a musical. If you guys like this video, make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can get any updates for even more videos that we're gonna have coming out. Thank you for watching, stay safe, and have a great day. Ta-da-ta-ta.
Sing the Broadway again with me.
The Broadway,
My power.